Hi, good day. I'm Dr. Adeline Tam from University Malaysia Sabah. This video I'm going to explain one unit 1, Concept and Development of Entrepreneurship for the course Fundamental of Entrepreneurial Acculturation. So let's look at what are the main topics that I'm going to explain today. Let's look at the learning outcome. First, you are going to look at the definition of entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. To understand the contribution of entrepreneurship, to identify the characteristics of successful entrepreneurs, and to know some of the successful stories of entrepreneurs. So there are altogether 5 main subtopics under this. First of all, we are going to look at the definitions of entrepreneurial and entrepreneurship. So, entrepreneurship is actually the process of being entrepreneur. So, Corraco and Huggies, 2007, defined entrepreneurship is a dynamic process. It is not a simple process, but a dynamic process of innovation and creation. It means that entrepreneurs create new product or services or process or anything new in the promotion or the marketing that allow the product to be better for the use of the consumer. So it involves many different parties. The parties that involve are individual, organization, environmental, and process of corporation. Next, we are going to look at entrepreneur. Who are entrepreneurs? There are many definitions for entrepreneur. In simple, entrepreneurs are people who put all the resources together to create a business. But here doesn't mean that the entrepreneur must start a new business. Alright? It might be he has the business from another people. Okay, but he developed the business to a new type of business. He developed the business to become something new. So these are entrepreneur. And according to Scarborough and Zimmer, entrepreneur should be somebody who are also able to use all the resources to capture the opportunities and create something out of the opportunities. So, Corraco and Huggies also define entrepreneur as somebody who can seek business opportunity under the condition of uncertainties. So, these are the entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are also people who develop or created something new. It might be a new product or a new services. So one question, what are the difference between inventor and entrepreneur? Let's think about it, right? First, when we talk about inventor, great inventor like Thomas Edison, they created new products. But people like Bill Gates, we address them as entrepreneur. What are the difference? Let's look at it. So here, for inventor creates something new, but they do not try to sell the products for profit. But entrepreneur, they are creating something new using the resources that they have, but they might not be an inventor themselves. Right? They might depend on other people to invent. For example, let's look at the example of Uber. I hope you still remember Uber is one of the company who provide private car delivery services. So Uber owner, they start with an idea. They want to create this type of services, but they do not have the ability to create a new software for Uber. So they are willing to pay people for creating the software, and the ideas they come from them. So for entrepreneur, they might not have the ability to invent something new, but they have the ideas, and they are trying to use all the resources they have to help them to transform the idea into a invention and then into a viable business. Next, what happened today is we are depending a lot on social media in our daily life. So let's look at the example here. In the world, Facebook is the most popular, followed by YouTube and other softwares like WhatsApp. While in Malaysia, WhatsApp is the most popular, followed by other softwares. So when you look at this, actually it implies that digital entrepreneur emerge. It means that entrepreneurs are using this social media, digital technology to help them to do their promotions. Besides that, we also have many other types of entrepreneur. For example, we have agropreneur, entrepreneur who are doing tourism business or agricultural business. Entrepreneur that works in the company, but they are entrepreneur with entrepreneurial characteristic. They are so creative. They help the companies to develop new product and new services. We also have this technopreneur. We also have social entrepreneur, digital entrepreneur, and ecopreneur. For ecopreneur, they are entrepreneurs who are focusing on how to make the environment better, eco-friendly for the people to live in. Besides that, we are going to look at the ecosystem for entrepreneur. So when we say the word ecosystem, this refers to the environment that provide collective and systematic supports to the entrepreneur. So this involves the environment and the culture that stimulate or encourage the entrepreneur to work, and also the other types of support such as infrastructures and policies that help to form entrepreneurial mindset, to form a better spirit of entrepreneur and help the entrepreneur to develop their strategies. So when you look at entrepreneurial ecosystem, our government Malaysia provide a lot of support here in the ecosystem. So besides, we have education from many parties, especially from the universities. We have this cultural development from the communities, finance support from the banks, financial institutions, and private funding. We also have workspace that allow people to work to start their business in a small area. Other support system like consultation system, government supports, all these are providing entrepreneur with environment that help them to be better. When you are an entrepreneur, you also might want to think, okay, what type of business I want to start? When you start your own project, you also have to think, okay, what sort of business entity should I start to use? So we have to know what sort of business entity an entrepreneur might be choosing from. So in Malaysia, we have two main categories of business entity. We have business, corporation, or we have company as another type of corporation. For businesses, there are three different types of businesses. Business entity. First type is sole trader. That means the owner is only one person. And we also have partnerships, which the owners can be two to more than two people. So both sole trader and partnerships, they are being controlled under the Business Act 1956. While we have another relatively new type of partnership, we call it limited liability of partnership, which they allow partners to enjoy limited liability. So a very important term here is, what is limited liability? It means when the company is having debts, then the owner of the company, for example, the partners of the company, they do not have extra liability to, that means they do not need to pay the extra debts of the company using their own money in their own account. But for sole trader and partnership, they do not enjoy limited liability. So if the company is making loss and have a lot of debts, they have to pay the debts using their own money in their bank. So that's the main difference. For companies are controlled under Company Act 1965. There are two types of companies, private limited companies and also public limited companies. In Malaysia, you can see the company names, and by the company names, you can know whether this is a private limited company or public limited company. So both type of companies also enjoy limited liability. Next, we are going to look at what are the characteristics of successful entrepreneur. Alright, so entrepreneurs not only born, but we can create them. We can create new entrepreneurs. So first of all is we must know what are the characteristics of the successful entrepreneur. We have 4 main important characteristics of successful entrepreneurs. Let's look at the first one is passion for business. They have the passion for business. They like the business, so they are willing to spend more time and effort to develop the business to become better, and they are willing to think to develop more services, more products for the customers, and at the same time they are product or customer focused. It means that entrepreneur, they are focusing on how to improve the products to be better so that they can satisfy the customers. So the customer will be more happy with their products and services. Third, technicity despite failure. In another word, it means that they are willing to face the risk, they are willing to take risks, and they are willing to try something new, and the failure rate is quite high, and they are realizing that. However, they still want to try because without trying, they will not know what is better for the customer. And last is the execution of intelligence. It means that they have the intelligence to do the business, to make the business better, to develop the business that is relevant to his field of business. Besides, we have many other characteristics of successful entrepreneur. For example, Count 1991 suggested there are altogether 11 other characteristics which you can have a look. And this, alright, after you know what is the characteristics of successful entrepreneur, now this is the time for you to try to test your competencies. So we have one exercise for you to do. The test is known as Test for Personal Entrepreneurial Competency. We have prepared an Excel template for you to answer the questions. After you answer the question, you will copy the question into the Google form provided by me and then submit to me, so I can see your personal competencies. So this is not a test, but it will help you to understand your competencies, and we hope that after you complete your courses, then you will have a better competencies as compared to before you attend the course. Alright, next we are going to look at the contribution of entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs contribute to us in many different aspects. For example, they develop new products or services to make our life easier. They can reduce the cost of products and services that provide to us. They also make the economy better by not only contributing tax, but also they contribute to the development of the society and economy. Besides that, entrepreneurs also help to improve the life of the people by giving them jobs, giving them opportunity to work. So we have many successful entrepreneurs that we can refer to. So these are some of the examples. For example, we have Facebook, we have Grab, we have Shopee, Vesta, and AirAsia. So all these are examples of services, products that provided by entrepreneurs towards the world. Right? Besides that, you also can refer to a video in YouTube. Please watch this video and see how entrepreneurs contribute to the economies. Besides that, we have many other successful entrepreneurs that you can find in Malaysia. So for example, we have Jimmy Choo, who are very successful in making women's shoes. We also have Dr. Sri Hasmita Othman. She is famous for her cosmetic products. We have Dansari Said Mokhtar. We have Vinesh Sinha. We have Anthony Tan and Vivi Yusuf. So these are the people who are very famous in their own field. So thank you for watching this video. There are more to refer to. You can refer to this website for details. Thank you.